This is Ivan Ivanov, and you are watching UFO Disclosure Bulgaria. We have the documents. We have the witnesses. True stories about UFOs, visitors from outer space, and other worlds.
Professional military man at the time. I served 7 years in the Air Force. 3 of those years was in missile duty on the Minuteman missile program, and then I served also on the Titan III program, which was a launch vehicle for putting up basically spy satellites for the military, and so I worked on that for another 2 years, and then I also worked in basically air traffic control programs.
Okay, and one of the amazing stuff, unusual happening in your life was when UFO disabled 10 ICBM missiles filled in 1967.
Yes.
When that happened, how you feel? Did you have, what do you say? What came to your mind at that time? What's going on? What is that?
It was a shock. It was really a shock because we had very reliable missile systems. Obviously, we rarely had any missile go down, so to speak, or become disabled for any reason at all because of the reliability and the backup systems that we had. And also what was shocking is the reports I got before the missiles went down. I had 2 phone calls. The first phone call, the guards upstairs were reporting lights in the sky above our facility. I was underground. This is an underground facility, but we had guards up top at ground level that, of course, provide security. And the first call I got there, they said there were strange lights flying at very, very fast, very high speeds, and then stopping, and then reversing course, and then making strange maneuvers to the facility. I didn't think much of it. I kind of dismissed it as, I don't know, I wasn't sure, because usually these guys these are security guards, they're not supposed to be playing any pranks or jokes, and they didn't, generally. It was very serious business. So I dismissed it, said, okay, thank you, and then about 5 minutes later he calls back, and this time he's extremely frightened. So the guard himself was quite frightened. We had 6 guards up there, and they were all had their weapons out, looking at this glowing red, pulsating object. It was very large, about 40 feet in diameter. It was oval shape, pulsating, red-orange color, and they wanted me to tell them what to do. And this was, like I say, a shock. I was not prepared for anything like that. But I found, because of his fear, that I could tell he was very afraid over the phone. I took it as a real, almost like we were under attack in some way, because it was hovering right above the front gate of the facility, very low, just above the front gate. And so I told him I'd make sure nothing comes inside the fenced area, then he hung up, and then I went to tell my commander about this phone call, and had to wake him up. He was taking a nap, and as I told him about the phone call, then our missiles started shutting down while the object was still above us. I didn't see the object because we were underground.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I
I
understand.
didn't know any of it. Yeah. So in very rapid order, all 10 missiles were disabled. They went into a status, no-go status, meaning they couldn't be launched.
I believe in a situation like that, probably some of your guys, officers, maybe they gave report to the government because this is something super unusual about the security of your base. Is that happen or you don't know?
Well, we reported it to the command post,
Yeah,
so it was definitely reported. Let me just add that when we reported it, my commander was told that the same thing happened at another facility about a week earlier, and that was the Echo flight incident. I was at Oscar flight. That was Echo flight. So within the span of about 8 days, UFOs came over and shut down our missiles. So we lost 20 missiles within the span of 8 days. Now, theirs happened earlier. They had people from headquarters, Strategic Air Command, come and interview them. So very definitely, these incidents were reported up the line, at least at Strategic Air Command. I'm sure even above that. So, but of course, after I was able to talk about this, that wasn't until 1994, because I had submitted a Freedom of Information Act request on the incident. I thought it was mine, but it turned out to be the other one, the Echo flight. But I started receiving documents. The Air Force declassified some of the documents involved in the investigation. And that's when I started speaking out. And that's when I started acquiring evidence in the form of testimonies from other officers and documents.
yeah, I know that by 2007 in the Washington National Press Club with Dr. Stephen Greer, you had a testimony about your case.
That was 2001. That was 2001.
Oh, 2001?
When Dr. Greer had a big conference in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And I spoke out at that conference, yes.
Oh, okay. And then...
There have been others in 2007 and 2010, 2013. I've spoken, so that makes four times, at least that I remember,
yeah.
4 times in Washington, D.C. on this particular incident, yes.
Yeah, and also you show up in the Larry King Show 2008.
I was on the Larry King Show, you bet.
And that's the...
Been speaking about this for over 20 years now.
Right. Okay, also, you've been, I don't know, I know for one time, but maybe you've been many times in the citizen hearing in Washington.
Yes.
Okay, so, you've been also in Discovery and History Channel, and you spoke, you've been all over the world talking about this stuff. What think will, do you know if something's changed? You spoke with in the presence of the congressmen. With the Disclosure Project with Dr. Stephen Greer in the Washington House, the Press Club and all other big TV stations. Does that make something change? Did that change something?
It changed a lot of people's minds about the reality of it. I remember when we spoke in 2013 at the Citizens Hearing on Disclosure that was organized by Stephen Bassett.
Yeah.
We did convince these ex-congressmen and one ex-senator, Senator Gravel of Alaska, that this was real. Because they came in as skeptics, and then they admitted later on after our testimonies that they felt it was a real phenomenon, which it is. It's a real phenomenon. This is not science fiction. And there have been many credible people come forward, both civilian and military, that have told their stories.
Yeah.
So there's no question about the reality. But as far as government goes, what I want to emphasize, of course, is that I'm convinced that there is a secret cabal or a secret organization.
Right.
That's staffed primarily with, I'd say, intel people that are, and others, scientists and intelligence type people within our government and within other governments worldwide, other governments that are cooperating on this issue and with the secrets. In other words, they are controlling the reality of the UFO phenomenon. They're controlling the secrets, and they're working diligently to keep these secret.
You're talking about MG12 or?
Well, MJ12 was, I think, a real organization, and it was initiated probably late 40s, early 50s, 1950s. There is a Canadian, you may have heard of the Canadian engineer, Wilbert Smith.
Yeah.
Wilbert Smith talked about this secret group that was headed by Vannevar Bush. Vannevar Bush was the chief scientist or engineer in the U.S. government during World War II. He's the one that originally started the atom bomb project. But I certainly believe that was the beginning of this cabal that I talk about.
What is your personal opinion about that UFO, and what kind of technology they should have to do all this stuff? I mean, maneuvering in the air and then showing up and disappearing, like coming by the wormholes maybe, or from another dimension. What is your opinion?
I've recently made a connection with Jean-Pierre Petit. I don't know if you've ever heard
Yeah, I heard about him. Yeah.
He's a Frenchman, scientist, he's a cosmologist, physicist, a very bright man, and he's provided somewhat of an explanation of how these objects are able to travel very long distances. It's a little technical to go into here, but I would encourage you or your listeners to look into. He's compiled a series of videos on how these objects are able to move throughout in space and also in our atmosphere. Basically, he believes that they're able to place themselves at different positions without a specific propulsion system per se. So it's a question of changing from a positive mass to a negative mass and then reversing that process. Like I said, it's very involved, very technical, but it's one explanation that's credible to me because I went through and studied his theories, and they make sense. They make sense. So I don't know about wormholes. Wormholes are, of course, a folding of, as I understand it, a folding of or a warping of space in the extreme. In other words, extremely warped space. Um, and that's still in the area of, it hasn't been proven that could even exist. So
Yeah.
there are other theories out there. Of course, what I can tell you is that many of these objects seem to have this plasma, if you will, a light plasma surrounding the craft. That was in my case, the same thing in my case.
Make something like a bubble.
Something like a gas bubble or a plasma surrounding the craft. And so somehow they are able to manipulate that energy and move very, very, very quickly. And like you say, they have the ability to become invisible to our eyes. That doesn't mean they disappear. It just means we can't see them.
Right.
Sometimes they've been observed to be transparent. In other words, you could see inside the craft. So it's a very mysterious and interesting topic overall, and of course we all want to know more.
I visited Peru a year ago, and I met with very interesting people there, and they make a contacts. I mean, from fifth kind, even for the third kind, face by face, for the last 35 years. And of course, I asking a lot of questions, and when they talk about this, they said that the UFO is live. I mean, something live is not a metal construction. Is intelligent life.
It's a living object.
Yeah, like a live object. Correct. That's very interesting.
Well, yeah, there are all kinds of theories. Some people think the extraterrestrials themselves are merely robots, but they're very well-made robots. Anyway, yeah, this is a real phenomenon. The cabal is keeping the secrets, but they are visiting us, and they have an agenda, and therefore this is the rationale for making it public. We should all be working for the public release of information on this subject.
I see the last maybe 15 years, people start talking more about that. It's more open and a lot of evidence, a lot of lights in the sky, technologies. Everybody has a digital camera. If something happened, immediately can take recording. What happening? Something happening the last 10 years.
Oh, you think? Well, people think there's probably more sightings.
Yeah.
More visitations, but it could be because we have better equipment now. We all have a camera on our phones, so we can take pictures or video very easily.
Right.
That might be it. Or other people say that the time is approaching when the extraterrestrials themselves will be more involved with us directly. It's my opinion that they are holding back on becoming directly involved because we are incapable, we don't have the ability yet to, let's say, behave in a peaceful manner. And something they want to see us evolve. They want to see us become better to ourselves, behave better, and behave better to ourselves. So, in a nutshell, I think we're not quite ready to receive them yet. We're not quite ready for even the technology that they could offer us. For example, the energy. People talk about free energy, but you know what I'm saying, the ability to develop different sources of energy that are non-harmful, non-polluting as they are now.
You have some experience with UFO or something unusual for all these years?
Yes, I've talked about my abduction experience.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's in my book. I've read 2 books. You have read my books, haven't you, Ivan?
No, not yet. I have to looking for that.
Well, you need to read my book. So I've got one book is called Faded Giant. That's on the missile shutdown incident. And the other book is called Unidentified, the UFO Phenomenon. And in there I disclose about my abduction experience. Very briefly, in 1985, I was living here in California, in Manhattan Beach, actually, which is just south of LA International Airport, not too far.
Do you remember everything?
What's that?
Do you remember everything from your abduction?
Well, not everything, but I did have 4 hypnotherapy sessions in which I recovered some memories. So basically, I was asleep with my family, my mother, my wife, and I had 2 small children in the house. And suddenly woke up and saw blue light coming from the living room of our house. And I woke my wife, and she also saw the light. And I told her I was going to get up and investigate. So, but as I started to get up off the bed, I became paralyzed. I couldn't move. And I turned to my wife for help, but she was, at that point, she was unconscious. And she had been conscious just a second ago. And I couldn't move. I struggled, and I remember the struggling. This was very real. It was, and I do recall the effort I made to regain my movement, but I wasn't able to. And then I saw a figure in the doorway. I couldn't make out the face, but it seemed to have a hood on. And I was also aware that there were small beings in the room.
A grace?
They were like children. I don't remember what they looked like specifically. All I remember is that I was aware there were others in the room, and they were small, like children. The next thing, I was being raised off the bed and taken towards the window of the bedroom. And again, because I thought they were children, I had locked that window, and I didn't think they knew how to unlock it or even reach the lock. But it didn't matter because they took me right through the window. So this is kind of hard to believe, but I was taken through the window to the other side.
Do you know if he was taken physically or mentally or?
Well, this was physical. This was a physical thing.
Okay.
I remember it again from hypnotherapy, but the memories are pretty vivid now. Going through the window physically. Then the next thing, I was on a table on board the craft, and I was was being shown a long needle. They actually placed the needle in front of my eyes and informed me telepathically that they were going to insert the needle into my groin areas, which they did. And they said it wasn't going to be painful, but it was. It was very, very painful. I remember the pain, and that's another reason this was a real event for me, because I still remember that pain. It was excruciating. And then as soon as I expressed that I was in pain, the pain immediately went away. It was gone. They took the pain away. After that, basically I was returned to my home. There's a couple other things that happened, but inconsequential. But then I was returned to my bed, and the next morning I didn't recall any of it.
Your wife is remembering something or not? Did she ask you something?
Did not ask me anything. I didn't remember anything the next day.
Okay.
Now, this was 1985. In 2007, I was speaking in Ireland, and there was a speaker there who had been taken, an abductee, and she was speaking about her experience. And she talked about seeing a blue light in her room. And that triggered something in my mind. And I just turned to my wife and I said, "Do you remember a blue light in our house back in 1985? And she said, yes, I do remember that. And so because of that, I decided to get hypnotherapy, and that's how I was able to recover these memories.
Did that affect your vision? You say that needle is going to your eye. Did that affect your vision? I mean, for good or?
Well, the needle was not put in my eye. It was put in my groin.
Oh, okay.
You know what the groin is?
No.
Down there,
What?
very sensitive area.
Oh.
It's a very sensitive part of the body. It's down near your, how do you say it? Well, your testicles.
Okay.
Near that area.
I had the impression that you said like the needle is going to your eye and was very painful.
No. They showed me the needle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, got it.
Here's the needle we're going to put in your body. So that was strange, but I think they wanted me to know what they were going to do